Hello, Jackie Roby, Chief Excellence Officer at Inspire Journey Consulting. I am back with the incredible Mahesh Natarajan, the Senior Vice President of Marketing, Sales, and Business Development for Ananda in the Himalayas. Hello again.
Hey Jackie, hello again.
Well, to be timely and make sure that we are taking care of our travelers that might be nervous about getting back on planes and getting on the road again, please talk us through what Ananda is doing in terms of safety protocols.
Jackie, as you know, this has been an incredibly challenging time in travel across the world. We're really happy to have been able to open again uh, just this August. And at the moment, of course, it's we've just started accepting people who are living close to Ananda, domestic travelers, as is happening across the world. Uh, but we are really looking forward to when international borders open again and we are able to accept our clients from all over the world. Um, this has been an interesting journey for us to try and figure out what is it that we really need to do to provide, to be true to our promise of authentic wellness retreat, and the services that we offer. And from the very beginning, when we started thinking about how do we reopen this year, we have always felt that the idea is to create a complete cocoon of safety, of uh, comfort for our clients, and keep the delivery of what we do as close to natural as possible. If people are coming here, as I mentioned once before, for a complete transformation, you cannot do that if you're going to be always worried and wearing a whole layer of protective gear and just can't be yourself. That's not a natural way of being anywhere, and much less so in a wellness retreat where the whole idea is to be free and to be able to connect with nature, to be able to connect with people. So here, what we've done in Ananda is really gone the whole extent of complete security protocols. So, firstly, all of our staff, all of our guest-facing teams, whether it is the spa members or the therapists or the yoga teachers, or even in the restaurant, the stewards or the waiting staff or housekeeping, everybody who's taking care of our guests are all tested and they're all staying within the resort premises. So in that sense, we've actually created a complete, safe zone, a cocoon. And what we do is that this entire team is on premises for a period of close to a month, and then this batch goes back because obviously they all have responsibilities and they have homes to get to. So they go back, and then the next team comes to take over from them for the following month. Again, after all this testing is done and the safety protocols are concluded. So, in that sense, for a guest who's coming into Ananda, you have a team who's just dedicated to taking care of you, and it's completely safe. And they're not traveling back between destinations, they are on property, and so it's a completely safe zone. And equally important, because our guests do come in from, at the moment, like different parts of our country, but eventually from different parts of the world, every guest who comes to Ananda has to complete a mandatory COVID test, and obviously like has to be negative on that test, so that once they come in, guests and staff both follow a high level of safety. So that's the first step towards creating a complete safety cocoon within Ananda. Also important, while certain procedures are on, for example, even with this, to add another layer of protection, in the spa, for example, like spa therapists do wear a set of protective gear because you're in closer proximity, can we say, when you're doing the therapies. We've modified some of the spa therapies to take care of that. And then there are, pretty much what is being followed the world over, standard protocols of distancing and everything that takes place in other parts of the hotel. But the another important aspect is the area where we are in. It is such a natural private area away from almost all civilization. The nearest town, for example, is Rishikesh, which is about a 30-minute drive away, and then Ananda is on its own. So by itself, this is a very uh, safe zone. It's like absolutely fine for people to come in, and we're just waiting now for hopefully for international borders to open again and for us to start welcoming all our guests.
I have to tell you what you're doing with your team all together. I haven't heard anything like that. I think that's so incredibly safe and amazing. And it also is providing opportunity to make sure that people still have work during this time.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's caring, it's wonderful. I love hearing that. And you're right, you're in nature, you're on 100 acres, you said, right?
We're a
So
100-acre palace property. We're built on about 40 acres. We're surrounded by another 60 to 70 acres of just forest area, and then we're just on a hill, so everything is the rest is below us on the valley.
right, I mean, this is the perfect space to be at this point in time.
Oh, absolutely.
To really fully experience Ananda for 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Absolutely. And that's the natural length of stay for most of our clients. When they come into Ananda, they stay anything from between a week to 3 weeks. And also, that's the minimal length of time that it actually takes to create these wellness programs and personalize it for you individually and really curate them and really achieve some amazing results.
I love that. So we'll get into that again. Before
Mhm.
we go, tell me um, what your some of your top recommendations are. You've been there for 12 years. What do you love? What would you tell someone to experience
Oh,
it?
okay. That's an interesting question. Um, okay. So because we are so well known for these completely comprehensive wellness programs. Let me start there, and then I have some smaller elements which are also favorite tips of mine. But from a program perspective, I would my favorite all time, and I've done them all. My favorite all time is the Ayurvedic rejuvenation program, and it is pure Ayurveda. It starts from 7 days, goes on to 21 days, depending on how much time you have and what you are able to invest in it. But this is a program which is truly transformational. It actually comes, we use a technique called Rasayana. And Rasayana in Sanskrit comes from two words, Ayana, which means the path, and Rasa, which means the essence. And so in traditional Sanskrit or in traditional Ayurveda, this actually meant the science of healthy aging, or I don't like to use the word anti-aging because that's not true, but healthy aging, like not really using holistic healing to help you rejuvenate yourself. That is the true meaning of Rasayana. And this Ayurvedic rejuvenation program is just incredible. Once you go through all these Ayurvedic therapies, it feels like you've got this boost of immunity. You're glowing. You literally feel like you've added on a new layer of skin, a fresh layer, and you feel just incredible. And that's an amazing program. That's on the physical side. I would also, one of my favorites is also a program called the Dhyana Meditation Program. And here again, this is a program which takes you deep into the spiritual side of yoga and meditation. I mean, yoga really was, today it's become a little commercial all across the world, and it's also more an exercise form. Here at Ananda, this is as traditional as you get, so it goes a lot into the spiritual side of it. And the Dhyana is an excellent program for that. You spend a lot of time individually, one on one, with our meditation gurus or yoga teachers and learning about the spiritual aspects of Dhyana. These are the two programs that are favorites of mine. But I also want to talk about some treatments, the spa experiences, which are favorites. The first one is a full body massage called the Abhyanga. I don't know if you've tried that before,
I had one, yes.
but at Ananda, it's really very unique. So at Ananda, every Abhyanga is always done by two therapists working on either side of you. So it's a four hands massage, and you use a very warm sesame based Ayurvedic oil infused with different Ayurvedic herbs, and this is customized for you based on your unique body type. So this is a favorite of mine, and within 10 minutes you feel like you're in heaven. You don't even realize that you have four hands working on you because they're just so perfectly synchronized that you're in a different zone, according to me. Um, so this is one of my favorites. I would also really speak about the some of the wellness meals that we do because when you're at Ananda, all of your and you're doing a wellness program, then everything that you eat, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is actually curated for you based on your own individual body type. But the chefs are so talented and they consult with the Ayurvedic physicians. So even though you might be having completely international cuisine, signature dishes from all across the world, it's all customized for you individually. One of my favorite within that is the what we call the thali. So Ananda is located in the hill state, in the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand, which is the hill kingdom. And here we have a lot of local produce. There's some very interesting greens and mustard and herbs which come from just this region. And so we present a thali, which is a complete dining experience of for lunch or dinner, where you get to taste everything that is grown within about 5 miles of where we are located, and that is one of my all-time favorites. I always tell our guests before you leave. I mean, it's a little more wholesome than what you would be doing if you were doing a wellness program. So I always say, like, before you leave on the last day, maybe try out an Uttarakhand thali. That's my favorite. What else? For me, also a favorite is attending our philosophy talks, the Vedanta classes that we have going on in Ananda. The Vedanta comes from ancient studies of life and the philosophy of life from the Vedas, which were written about 6,000 years ago in India. And we have Vedanta philosophers who are at Ananda throughout the year, and they hold talks and classes and lectures on how you can really make your life more meaningful and really bring out the best inside of you. And for me, to anybody who's coming into Ananda, that's such an invaluable experience. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm at Ananda. I just love, just that whole spiritual awakening, the ability to go inside deeper and think for yourself. And to stay at Ananda, just to cover up all the things that are my favorites. My favorite place to stay at Ananda is one of the best accommodations that we have. It's the villa with our private pool, and these are in the middle of the woods. They are spectacular. Like, it's so private, you can't hear a thing around you. And these are large, 45 square meter pools. They're heated, so you can use it any time of the day or night. And it is the most private, luxurious experiences. The villas have pantries where we have a butler who's stationed taking care of everything. The bathrooms come with their own saunas, and you have a gorgeous pool and a private deck where you spend almost all of your time when you're at Ananda. So whenever I can, that's my favorite place to stay, and I wish many people who are listening to this also get tempted and come in and jump into one of our villas.
I'm honestly, I could talk to you for hours. I love hearing about this. I love the customization and how personalized everything is to your own healing and well-being, and it's stunning. I can't wait to go. So,
Absolutely,
thank
you're
you
welcome.
again, for talking to Mahesh from Ananda in the Himalayas, and we will hear more from him again soon.
Thank you very much, Jackie. See you soon.